Yes, great. I can hear you.
Awesome.
What about Cyclop? Can you accept the speaker request?
Cyclop, you here? Cyclop, give me a sec. I will write him in Telegram.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes,
you. Awesome.
yes. Great. So yeah, we're all settled. Okay, so welcome our audience to our AMA session with our advisor Finish and also his friend Cyclop. So we are very excited and pleasure to have you two here today, and we'll talk about like everything in DeFi. But our focus today would be remain on prep desk and a bit of on-chain. So can you two please give us an introduction of yourself first? Like how do you step into crypto?
Yeah, sure. I can start. I started in 2021. Just a regular. I don't know, just NFTs, DeFi, like everything, all possible chains, etc. Yeah, and then during the bear market during 2022, I just was not present that much, and then like in 2023, I'm just pushing as hard as I can. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So what about Cyclo?
Well, I think I joined like first time in 2017, and I bought some Ripple. Then there was a bull run, but I didn't sell anything, and then I returned back in 2029. Yeah, and since then I haven't left at all. So I'm just learning every day, and that's all.
Okay, so I think Finish is like specialized in on-chain data analysis, and Cyclop is focused on like thread writing. So I believe everyone would gain some insight from you two, like expertise in the field. Maybe let's like dive deeper into Finnish expertise, like on-chain analysis. So first, what tools do you usually use to analyze on-chain data?
Well, I mean, I'm not an on-chain expert, but in my opinion, Dune is one of the best tools because, like, if you know SQL, you could do basically everything you need in all the chains, even Solana. I mean, we all know Mochi, yeah,
Yeah.
and she does just awesome dashboards. We could all use. We can just paste in our own addresses, etc., and just get as much data as we need. The second tool I would say is bubble maps. It just allows us to track the wallets, to track the whales, to track the biggest whales who hold the tokens, the connection between them, the transactions in different tokens, in each native token or in the asset itself. What else? Arkham Intelligence is also good. We can also track the connection between wallet and just track the transactions. Else, I would say, just debunk. Debunk is also good because we can just see all the assets the wallet has, all the transactions. It's much better than just Etherscan or some other stuff because we can see transactions in all the networks and all the assets in different networks, and even if something is locked, vested, I don't know, just some kind of liquidity pair, we can still see it, still see the rewards, etc. Yeah, so from my side, I would say, yeah, just debunk, bubble maps, Dune, Arkham. Those I use them daily.
Got it. So I think you mentioned four tools, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So like do you usually use all four or just focus on one?
Yeah, I mean it depends. It depends on our purpose. If you want to find the whales, I will start with Mochi's dashboard. I will check, I don't know, the biggest earners, like the wallets which earn the most from this token, like from the Pendle. or I don't know, or Libra, because those are the recent tokens which had kind of a pump. And then we can just go to bubble maps, just check their transactions, maybe how they're connected. Maybe they have sent some tokens to their, I don't know, maybe child wallet, if you can say so. So then we go to debunk, and then we can finally see the transactions on all the chains. If it's Arbitrum or Ethereum, doesn't matter. Then we just see when the token was bought, when it was sold. We can see the profit, and then we can make some, I don't know, suggestions or some expectations on the future of this whale. So basically, if the whale was profitable before, we can just track it and expect to make some profitable deals in future, and also the wallets which are connected with it.
Okay, got it. Then for Cyclop, do you have any additional tools to add on to, or what do you usually do to analyze the market?
Yeah, I think that we could add to that list Zerion. It is like an alternative of the bank, but it is quite similar. So you can use either Zerion or the bank. That doesn't matter. And also, if it would be like a one tool, we can use Nansen. But it based on like subscription. It's subscription based, and it is 50 USD per month, and not everyone can afford that. So
Got it. So yeah, I think there's a few methods in on-chain tracing, right? Like wallet tracking, checking the exchange data, and checking the whales. Like, which one do you usually use and why?
Is it a question to me or to Cyclop?
To both of you.
To both of you. I just want to add from my side, Cyclop, he's much specialized on the airdrops.
Oh,
So he does more research in this part, yeah. So he checks like what should we do for layer 0, or I don't know, just ZK sync. So yeah, you could just ask him about those, because he's a there.
yeah.
He knows everything about it. Yeah. So could you repeat the question?
Yeah. So there's a few methods like checking different types of like wallet, exchange data, or whales. Like, which one do you usually use, and is there any reason?
Which one do you use to track a wallet, or?
Which method do you usually use? Like checking
Phew.
wallets or exchange data or whales?
Which method do you use to check the wallet?
I can try to answer maybe.
Yeah, sure, please.
Yeah, so firstly, I'm finding a token on DEX tools usually. So there we could check hot pairs or also daily gainers. Then you can choose a token which you like, which has done like many X's. Then you could check that token on bubble maps, and it will show you the connection between all the holders.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can just tap on the wallet and check it on Zerion or on their bank. And then you can check its transactions and maybe where he put his money, like in some pools or in staking, and we can just repeat his his actions.
Okay, got it. So it's basically by check the token and then check the relevant wallet or transaction. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Okay. So is there any tips on on-chain tracking? Like anything that is must or must not do?
maybe to check that token pair on bubble maps every time, because sometimes we could just paste a pair contract there, and it will show that 50% of tokens like located in one wallet, and so that yeah,
Okay.
it is important in order not to be scammed.
Okay, so you must check the bubble maps transaction, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically what we do too. Yeah, exactly what Cyclop does.
Okay. Okay, so thank you so much. Like, to be honest, I don't really have experience in like on-chain analysis, so it's great that you like explain to me in detail. So yeah, I could learn more like how to do on-chain analysis. So for like FYI, Vaultka has launched its market dashboard as well. In the sense that hoping everyone can gain some insight before making investment decision. So we have integrated 6 key statistics from GMX, Fellow Exchange, King's Network, MUX Protocol, and also Mycelium. So there is also overall market data, including the market cap to TVL ratio of 5 perpetual DEX. Moreover, the LP position page also includes the daily trading volume and trader P&L on 5 perpetual DEX. And of course, there is market news. So, like in short, is everything you need to know when investing in perpetual DEX. And this is a question for finish. Like, how do you see the development of prep DEX?
How do you see what?
How do you see the development of prep DEX?
The development. Well, I have not used the dashboard you mentioned yet, but
Okay.
I imagine that all those metrics you mentioned, like TVL ratio to the market cap, and also those important news, which could also play some role in price actions. I would say they're also very important, and it would be nice to have them included in this dashboard you mentioned. But as I say, I didn't use it, so I cannot really say.
Okay. So do you mean that the key statistic is like good to have?
I mean, obviously, when we make this kind of financial decision, we need to all the data possible, like token price action, market cap, TVL, news, partnerships, upcoming upgrades, etc. So if this would be included in the dashboard, it would obviously make the decision to invest in those vaults much more easier.
Yeah.
Much easier.
Yeah. So that's why Vaultka has like integrate all the key factors. So what I just mentioned is just part of it, and there is more. So maybe you guys can check it out on our website. So like for the long term development in crypto in DeFi, what about Cyclop? How do you see the development of PrepDex? Like in a future sense.
The development of cryptos. Like, what do you mean?
Sorry.
Development of crypto, like in future.
Okay. I
Future
think
of
that it will move more in the side of decentralized exchanges and everything which is connected with decentralization. But it is hard to say like in which way exactly. So.
Okay. So got it. Like this is a question for you, both of you. Like, is there any on-chain insight you could share with us about PrepDex? Anything?
Cyclop, do you want to start? Or?
No, I think I can continue. It will be better.
Okay, on-chain insight. I mean, obviously, we've seen today as a USDT DPEG, like it was not much. It was 0.3%, I think. Yes. But still, for example, as the founder of Curve, Mikhail, he sold his Frax staked ETH, then he withdrew those funds on another wallet. He then swapped them for staked ETH, and then for Curve USD, and then he got those funds back, and then he supplied his landing position on Aave. So the CEO of Curve is actually dumping the ETH on us. It was maybe like it was not too much. It was maybe 3 mil, but still. We got some insight from this wallet. Yeah, and obviously we've seen these battles of two whales today. Like one of them was borrowing USDC and then buying USDT for USDC, like to make like 0.3 profit, like expected profit if the USDT backs back. And the other one was just selling in a small loss, like USDT for USDC. Yeah, so basically we have those insights daily. Just a question of finding those wallets and being able to track them, being able to see those transactions.
Got it. So I think what you just mentioned is that the fear of the peg of USDT, right? Yeah, thank you so much for that. So I think everyone is interested in this question, like how do you utilize the on-chain data to find alpha?
Question to me or to Cyclop?
Both of you.
Cyclop, do you mind starting?
Yeah, but so how do I analyze on-chain data to find what?
Alpha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it will be, I think that the same as we have already mentioned, that you just need to find like some wallets on bubble maps and then check the tokens and the transactions on Zerion or on the bank, and then you could like make some decisions and maybe find new tokens that that they have just bought. But yeah, it is like the easiest way. Otherwise, we could also use Nansen, but it is not a free tool, so that it is not for everyone. But with help of it, you could just check everything in one app.
Got it.
I do basically the same stuff as Cyclop mentioned. I could just maybe add this dashboard from Mochi where we can just paste the token address, ERC20 address, then we can just see in a certain period of time the most profitable and not the most profitable wallets, and so we can just maybe expect them to be whales, and then we can just check if they're whales, and then, and then just do the same as Cyclop mentioned. So it's basically very similar.
Okay, got it. So
I wouldn't see. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm a bit curious that so you guys mentioned that you find a wallet that seems to be a whale, and then you check the token, like what they do, what transaction they do. So do you just like copy their action or what you do after?
It will be. Yeah, please, Cyclop, please.
What do we do after we have found the whale? Or
Yep, after like knowing their transaction, like what they do, what token they buy. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So basically, we could make like a list of the good wallets, like whale wallets, and then like I have a list with maybe 15 wallets, and I just track the transactions, and when I see that, for example, like 5 wallets from 15 buy the same token, maybe it is better when it is also on the deep. I'm just buying the same stuff. Yeah, and I think that it is the best way to do that. If we would speak about the airdrops, we could track like Dune dashboards and also check some, for example, pools where most of experienced airdrop hunters like stake their funds.
Okay, got it. So.
Yeah, I do agree with Cyclop. Basically, I do the same thing. Just want to mention that with the current market, we are dumping, so it's not that profitable maybe to buy those tokens, and whales themselves are also a little bit more careful. As an example, I did research. I found a couple of Pendle whales who bought back in 2022, and did maybe 10x at least. Also some Libra whales also did maybe, I'm not sure, maybe from 3 to 5x, doesn't matter. But at this point, with the market dumping, it's just important to save your funds, and we ourselves and also the whales, they also want to do the same thing, so they're just not aping this much. So maybe I've seen just one whale of from my list who just maybe bought a shit coin, or just I think he bought a coin of some Uniswap Telegram sniper bot. So it doesn't sound really convenient to ape in. At this stage, we just need to be very, very careful what we buy, how we spend our money. Just need to preserve them.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys for sharing with that. I think it is good that you have some wells to look up to. Yeah, and I also agree that the market is unstable, so it's very good to preserve and see what the others do before we make any decision. Okay, so next question is to both of you. How do you analyze the performance of a DeFi protocol on chain?
Who can start?
I think that it is better for you to answer on that.
Okay, so the question is how we analyze the DeFi protocols.
Yep. On chain specifically.
Well, it depends obviously on the protocol, but I would give Pendle as an example. We could check, obviously, even the same thing as you're doing with your dashboard, where we mentioned the mix, Vela, max, gains, etc. You just, give the volume, the market cap, the TVL, the market share. So those metrics are already pretty useful to make some kind of a decision. From the on-chain base point, obviously we can do bubble maps to find any whales, I don't know, maybe hold half of the supply, which is obviously not a thing. If you want to ape, if you're talking about meme coins, yeah, if you want to ape, we just can check with bubble maps if Ben.is holds maybe the whole supply of Cyclop, and maybe it's not a good idea to ape in. Yeah, but for DeFi protocols, I would say most of them, not most of them, but a good ones, they all have Dune Analytics dashboards. So you can just go right there. It depends on the protocol. The metrics you'll find there. But yeah.
Okay, got it.
I think that also is also important to mention that it's really fine to use DeFi Llama for such a stuff, and that we can check TVL of all the protocols, and we can find a chain that is the most popular now, and so that it will be better to do any activity in that chain.
Yeah, DeFi Llama is also agree.
Got it. So what you guys mentioned, in common, is look at the TVL, right, and and use the tools DeFi Llama. Okay. So for Cyclop, I know that you are into the airdrop stuff, and then can you tell us that is there any tips in finding? Is there any tips in airdrop in general?
Yeah, I think that the first tip is to use Dune dashboards and check overall the transactions on that protocol or maybe on that blockchain. So if we would take a layer 0 as an example, we can see that 80% of wallets haven't done 2,000 volume, and so that like the chance that there will be an airdrop for these types of wallets is I would say that it is zero, because they can't airdrop money to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so we should just check which action is very rarely, and we should do the same.
Okay, so to check for airdrop, to check the transaction volume and like the blockchain and also the wallet address, right?
Yeah, and also now I think that it is maybe a very good tip to join on maybe every blockchain, so every project that can possibly airdrop its tokens in the future, to join the Discord servers. Because now we could see on the example of Sui as well on Neon Labs,
Mm-hmm.
and there were a lot of more examples that very usually projects just give something for for be a member of its Discord server.
Okay, yeah, got it. And thank you so much for sharing the tips. And like last few question, this is a very general one. Okay, so the market recently is very unstable. Like, how do you see the market evolving? Like in future, what do you see is going to?
Like the whole market?
Yep.
Or what do you mean?
Maybe the crypto one.
I think that we can see another dip, maybe at 18 or even on 15,000. But then we'll go like higher definitely, because I don't know how to explain that, but there will be also a halving in 2024, and every time and the things come up to that time.
Oh, did you just mute and are you finished your sentence? Okay.
I haven't heard you. Could you repeat, please?
Sorry. Okay. Okay. So Cyclop think that 2024 would be an important year, right? So what about finish? What do you see? Like the market is, like where is it going to?
Oh, it's a tough question, but before answering, I just want to mention Cyclop did yesterday an awesome video on layer 0, where like if you have just no clue how to do airdrop, just you can watch this video, and you will just have some information about how everything works. So yeah, just if anyone wants to check it out, just do it. Yeah, on the market right now it's very uncertain. Obviously, we can go lower, but at some point, like not at some point, we will have the halving in 2024, and as it happened earlier in previous cycles, I do hope we will see some kind of I don't know, bull market. That's all we want. Is this what everyone expects to see? Yeah. So I would assume the same thing as Cyclop. Like we can go even lower from now, because right now we have those problems with SEC, those low cases with Binance, with Coinbase. So I would just assume we can, I don't know, maybe half a year, maybe a year, still in this downtrend, or just at the current levels, and then we will go back to 100K.
Definitely to the moon. And okay, yeah. So both of you mentioned that we are in a downtrend. So maybe next year or 2020, next year, 2024, that would be an a bull trend year. So, and definitely I think Cyclop do have an shout out to his airdrop video, so we should definitely check it out. And okay, so thank you guys, Finish and Cyclop, to attend our AMA session. And I think you guys definitely bring us some insight. And yeah, so thank you too for joining us. And yeah, we can say bye to our audience. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for inviting. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, Cyclop. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you too for the invite.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Have a good one. Cheers.